Well, good evening, everybody. I'm TJ. Welcome to Mayhems Amigos. As you can see, I'm on the road, and I've got a couple of folks that have decided they're going to show up when they feel like it, not at 4 like we had planned. And it's kind of irritating, but I am on the road and on my way to Waco, leaving Austin right now because I got caught in a traffic jam. It was an amazingly long traffic jam, multi-car accident. It was insane. And, of course, wow. And that, as you heard, was somebody on a crotch rocket trying to kill him and his passenger. Just rolled past me like I was sitting still. So how's everybody doing? What's going on tonight? As you know, I'm on the road the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be in Waco this week and in San Antonio next week. And it's a roller coaster. I did finally figure out what was going on with my internet. That actually turned out to be a goof on the internet company's part. They downgraded me to a plan that was so low I couldn't even check my email, let alone try to broadcast or stream anything. It was driving me crazy. But they have rectified it, and I should be back in my studio very soon, hopefully, and able to go ahead and do the show and enjoy that. But this week and next week, I'm out of town and on the road and doing what I need to do. And I'm still waiting on Chris and on Adam to log in. They both said they would. Oh, Chris was actually trying to get a hold of me 2 hours before the show going, hey, are we going on tonight? And I said, yeah, we're going on tonight. And, of course, I send out the link to log in, and Chris is late. Like, wow, you've known for 2 hours we're going to do a show, and you're not there. So I don't know what to do at this point. It's just like, whatever. We are the Seinfeld of podcasts. Find a whole lot of nothing to talk about, and we have fun doing so. I don't know what's going on with Irene this week. My understanding is she's been a little under the weather. Those are kids, so I know everything goes well there, and everybody's feeling better soon. We've gotten an update from Rage. He's kind of in between everything and pulling together yet again, which was a lack of a shock. I've got to be honest. It was a lack of a shock to find out about Rage and what was going on with him. But I hope he gets it together soon and he's able to relax and start working towards goals again. As far as Texas, today, 67 degrees, overcast, windier than wind. It's just insane. But it's obvious Texas spring, and that's kind of what we deal with. I could not believe earlier this week. I really could not believe it, but I was at work, and one of my students comes walking up and he goes, "Hey, Teach, you got to look at this." So he hands me his phone, and I look and I go, "What the actual hell is this?" It was a quote from our current president of the United States. And of all things to quote, President Biden quoted Elmo on Twitter for the entire world to see. He quoted Elmo. I don't understand why the president would quote Elmo. I'm not hearing you, Chris.
Oh, who did he quote?
He quoted Elmo.
Who's Elbow?
Elmo, like Sesame Street Elmo, tickle this elbow. He quoted Elmo.
What did he say? He, that tickles.
No, it was more along something along the lines of if it's a cloudy day, and I tend to think like my friend Elmo, and I'm going, are you joking?
Sunny
this man-
days sweeping up all the way.
Did this man, who is supposed to be the leader of the free world, just quote Elmo on Twitter? I was blown away.
I don't know if you didn't finish the story. I don't know if he actually quoted Elmo, but I know according to you, he thought about Elmo.
No, he actually, I read it on Twitter. He actually quoted Elmo.
Well, you know what? This one's for you, Biden.
Do, 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 do. Meow. Dude, I couldn't believe it. I actually had to hand the phone away and then get it back again. And
yeah, it's in the chat box there, Adam. Click on it. Uh-oh.
Next thing you know, he's going to say he needs his own personal link.
Yeah, it's in the chat box there.
Yeah, I put it in the Mayhem Amigos chat. I mean, my God. It's where I put it every time. But I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you quoted Elmo. Seriously? Our president quoted Elmo. Like, you know, I know everybody got mad at President Trump about how much he was on Twitter and everything he had to say and how everything went there. But you cannot get more ridiculous than being the president of the United States and quoting Elmo. Someone please explain this to me.
I don't think he's the first one to quote a Sesame Street character.
Well, who was?
I'm not sure. But
I know it wasn't JFK.
Something in my head makes me want to say that Obama quoted Big Bird.
Only if it was when Big Bird was high. Did we get Adam added? No.
I mean, I know.
There he is.
I mean, I've been known to quote Kermit the Frog once or twice, a time or two. You know, it's not easy being green.
Yeah, especially if your finger smells like pork.
Yeah.
But I could not believe it. President Biden quoted Elmo.
He, that tickles.
They share about the same.
Adam's just shaking his head like, huh?
Well, at least he's quoting Elmo and not old popcorn.
Well, I mean, what's next? Quotes from Pee Wee Herman?
Connect the dots. La 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 la. Ha.
I mean, seriously, I'm like, really? You quoted Elmo. What are you going to quote Pee Wee Herman next?
Well. You know,
I mean, he has turned the White House into a playhouse.
Biden's Playhouse.
Oh yeah, next thing I know we're.
Come on.
Oh God.
Let me sniff your hair. And then we'll get popcorn.
Yeah, that sounds like Epstein's Playhouse.
And get the thing and go to the conference interference.
That sounds like Epstein's Playhouse.
I mean, come on, I can do a good Biden impersonation.
Well, yeah, all
just
you have to
start a
do is
sentence.
Anybody
pull
can
up
do a
the
good
wires.
Biden impersonation.
All you got to do is start a sentence, trail off a little bit, start mumbling, and then shout out a big word like interception or communication or transnavigation.
No,
All you got to do is dye your hair white and fall off a set of stairs.
yeah, if you can fall up a set of stairs, there it is.
You got it.
This is the guy we picked to be the leader of the free world.
I didn't. Don't blame that shit on me.
There was a comedian a while back that I'm starting to completely agree with this guy. He says, and his belief is members of Congress, Senate, all of the politicians, we should go back to the Roman days and they should do gladiator competitions for their position.
That sounds oddly like Sam Kinison.
That it wasn't Sam Kinison I was watching, but you wouldn't have guys in there fucking for 40 years being 80 years old. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I would like to.
Back in the day, the leaders of the world of whatever were the strongest people.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I would like to bring back some of those comedians from the dead and make them members of Congress. Let's go with like Robin Williams. But not Robin Williams after he calmed down. Robin Williams on drugs. And George Carlin, Sam Kinison, Richard Pryor.
They would tear that shit up.
Eddie Murphy before he went PG.
If you want to bring back dead people to be modern day representatives and politicians, bring back the old school founding fathers politicians.
Oh, yeah.
Those fuckers didn't take no shit.
Dude, they would have a heyday with this Congress.
And John, not John, John Adams and George Washington would drink Nancy Pelosi under the table and still know what the fuck they're doing in Congress.
No shit. Hell, they'd drink her blood just to get a high.
And they're what? Oh yeah, they were. Oh. You hear that?
No.
The wife said they were all whores and nobody cared back then. Nowadays, you get one blowjob in the presidential bathroom and you never hear the end of it.
Hey, you know what? I give that man credit for getting a blowjob. I mean,
no, he don't get no credit.
Why? Because he got caught?
No, because he did not stick to his lie.
Oh.
I'm sorry if you're going to say no, I didn't do that. Don't break.
Well, I mean, come on now. Let's face facts. Look at Monica. Would you want to admit that?
That is true. His whole campaign was on a lie of shady, mischievous college boy bullshit. I did not inhale. I did not have relations with that woman.
I mean, seriously though, look at her. Would you want to admit it? And I'm talking about Monica before the plastic surgery.
If I was president, I wouldn't lie about it. I was straight up the first time they asked, did she? Hell yeah. It's gonna all come out in the end anyway. So yep, I did that.
You know, the one who should have came out and said, hey, I did that was JFK. Because I'll tell you right now, his re-election would have been cinched for everybody knowing he banged Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, I
Not
would be telling
necessarily.
everybody I banged Marilyn Monroe.
Not necessarily,
Fuck
because
yeah.
I actually did some research on this after my wife insisted that he was actually going to marry Marilyn Monroe. But his family and all the political people said, no, if you want to be president, you marry this woman instead.
Yeah, but Jackie O was pretty hot too.
She was, but he wasn't the one that he was slated to marry.
Like,
That
listen,
was,
Jackie O isn't
I think
Marilyn
that
Monroe.
was the last arranged marriage in the United States.
Well, here, could you imagine, dude? Now that just brings up a good thought. Jackie O and Marilyn Monroe in a threesome.
Well, because my wife just said from the other room, the whole family said that Marilyn Monroe was not first lady material.
Oh, that's only because her skirt got blown up.
Because of the stuff, that, and just they thought that she was not a proper lady.
She could have been my first lady anytime.
Right?
Hey, you know what? That original Playboy is one thing I'm saying. I've never owned it, but I have held a copy of it in my hands.
I mean, I'm just telling you, think about it. Dream threesome, right?
Ooh, no, you could do way better than Jackie O and Marilyn.
Well, I mean, for him.
No, she never did pose for Playboy. That picture was actually bought by Playboy. Someone else took that picture.
No. Never posed for Playboy.
Wonder if it was JFK.
Back in the day, Playboy actually would go out and buy photos of female models and put them in the magazines. She was the first centerfold, but she never actually did a Playmate shoot.
Well, that would mean that she would have had to bang Hef.
Hey, even in his older years, Hef was always a good-looking guy.
Okay, if you say so.
And I'm not one to normally go out there and be like, yeah, that's a good-looking guy. But I, in my opinion, well, it might have been the fact that he had more money than God and was surrounded by beautiful women, but
that could have played into the hand,
yeah.
What was the original name of Playboy magazine?
No, I don't know.
When Hefner died, it was the only time you couldn't say he's in a better place now.
That's true. It's another term for a bachelor party. Is your only hint?
Hugh Hefner's Playhouse.
It was originally called Stag Party. My wife is correct back there. And when he died, he was the only person who died, and you could not say he's in a better place.
No, really, you can't. Because his luck, if he believed in 72 virgins, it would have been 72 guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the grotto at the Playboy Mansion has had more STDs over the years than I have.
Yeah.
Well, that's saying something.
Maybe I'm the only one here, but I don't think I'd want to go to the Playboy Mansion. It's just
what?
Yeah, all the stories are just okay. I don't need to go somewhere that got completely cum covered. I'm sorry, I don't.
Axel Foley went.
Yeah, I would like to go just to say, yeah, I went there. I seen it.
I'd like to walk in there and go, follow your dick.
Yep. Follow your dick. And there's a certain combination for the code to get into the Playboy Mansion.
Yes, there is, and I do not have that combination.
It's on a rotating platform. I know it.
Just say I
Yeah.
don't, but then again, it's not that important to me.
If you want to go right now, we're in the month of February. You go up to the gate, you push the button when the guy said, "What's the password?" This month, you say Miss November.
I'll be damned.
So if anyone wants to go out there, that's the password for the month of February. Don't ask me how I know this. I just do.
Well, I got to tell you, so I've got to work in Waco this week. Chris is already begging me for remnants of the bombing site. He wants me to send them to him.
It was more of a fire / demolition /
So I left San
fuck
Antonio.
out of here with that bullshit, dude. Come on, man.
I left San Antonio. So I've got to go through Austin to get to Waco after leaving San Antonio, right?
Yeah.
Lo and behold, traffic jam in Austin that locked me down for 45 minutes. Otherwise, I'd already be checked into my hotel room.
I'd want to be stuck in the traffic jam in Waco. I'd be blasting Nancy Sinatra on repeat.
Do you just love the idea of maybe somebody shooting you?
Come on with it. Texas and Kentucky ain't much different.
I mean, if he would have passed, yeah, my student got close, but he rubbed the curb on the road test. If he would have passed today, his examiner was ready to give him a shot of Malort.
Why would you want to do that to someone who passes?
I know, right? I was like, no, you need to do that to people who fail.
Exactly.
Make it a Chicago handshake.
No, because that actually makes the Malort taste better.
Nothing makes Malort taste better.
Yeah, the one thing that makes Malort taste better is taking it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, there's a couple of different cigars that pair really good with Malort.
None of them are Romeo and Juliet's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nope. Not one of those. Cheap ass.
Huh? What do you mean cheap ass?
Yeah, aren't they like $3-4 a cigar?
Double check. Yeah, that's like a $30 cigar.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of something different.
Probably.
No, oh man, I got my new favorite cigar. It's called the Crazy Alice from Deadwood Tobacco.
I still have yet to find a place to get my favorite cigars.
What are they?
Monte Cristos. True
Well,
Cuban.
Unless it's the number 4, it's a Nicaraguan.
It's the number 4s.
Right on. You're looking at about $50-$60 a cigar.
Right? But they're worth it.
Used to be worth a lot more until they lifted the embargo.
Right? Oh, scheisse.
Where's your live cam? You afraid to come out?
Dude, I put myself on live cam and I'm going to have to start paying people for their computers breaking. And besides, I'm driving, so
all the more reason.
no, my phone is actually sitting in the passenger seat. It's not even mounted up here where I can see it.
Oh.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun watching your ceiling.
Well, what,
Right?
yeah, what kind of show is this now?
Well, I always said I had a face made for radio.
Yeah, well.
But at least I'm not going on Twitter like that president that Roy voted for and quoting Elmo.
So he hates Donald Trump, but he's running his yapper on a Trump run platform.
Do what?
He hates Donald Trump, but he's running his yapper on a Trump run platform.
I thought that was Elon Musk. Who ran
Well,
Twitter.
and I was going to say an Elon run platform.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, no. Trump did make a different platform. He didn't get to buy Twitter. He had to do something else.
I think he tried initially.
No, he tried to buy Twitter. They wouldn't sell it to him. Elon Musk bought it instead, but Trump did start his own platform. I just can't remember what it's called.
I think it's Truth Social.
I think
Something
you're
like
right.
that. So it must be pretty good, if you remember it.
Right.
So
I
man,
don't
I
know.
go fishing this morning, and the fishing spot was 20 minutes from anything. Fucking, I get all the way out there. I get my gear all set up. I go to throw my line in the water. I sit down to smoke a cigarette, and I forgot my fucking lighter. I had to drive 20 minutes to buy a lighter.
It's like, well, there's your problem.
Huh?
You need to find a better way to carry that lighter.
Somehow I left it at home. Like I dropped it on the way out the door and didn't realize it.
I don't know how you do something like that.
I would think
because I don't smoke in the car. So I just got in the car, fucking went to the bait shop, got the bait, and went on to the fishing spot.
Now, Chris, personally, I would think that you would always have at least 2, maybe 3 lighters on you or have access to them at any point in time, because you never know when you might need them.
Usually I do.
Figured you'd have a crack torch.
Now, if I would have had my car, it would have been no problem. But today I drove the Infinity, and since I don't smoke in the Infinity or nothing, there's no reason to have a backup spare lighter in there. But there is now one in my tackle box.
So did that teach you a lesson?
Yeah, put a fucking lighter in my tackle box.
There you go.
I figured the lesson would be more along the lines of drive your own car.
Well, I could either drive a 98 Chevy Lumina, or I can drive a 2012 Infinity G37X.
If I was going fishing, I think I'd rather take the Lumina.
Yeah, but I was thinking along of the distance I had to drive.
The Infinity is probably going to be a lot more comfortable.
It is, and it don't have a wheel bearing that feels like it's going to fall off at any moment.
So get a hub and bearing assembly and put it in the Lumina.
I drive that thing back and forth to work, a mile there and a mile back every day, and that's it. That's my work car.
All the more reason to put a hub and bearing assembly in it.
Yeah, no, because I done said when it finally breaks down on me, I'm just gonna park it wherever it breaks down and go get a new one. Car, that is. No, I didn't sell. I didn't sell the Chevy. I just forgot where I parked it. Roy wants to know why you're not picking up any of his calls, TJ.
Dude, because when he's calling me, I'm either asleep or I'm busy with students.
So you're asleep at the wheel.
I might be. It is Texas.
He does live in a coach.
But next 2 weeks, I'm living out of a bag in a hotel.
Hey, that's a. You know what? One of my musician friends posted something about, getting ready to go on tour, and everything they absolutely need in the world fits in 2 bags. Why does he have
Yeah.
so much shit? I thought that's a good point.
That is a pretty decent point.
Yeah.
Fucking, I went on the road for my job for 2 weeks. Everything I needed fit into an old army duffel.
Oh, shit.
No, it was not mine. It was actually gifted to me from someone. They said they didn't need it anymore.
Let's see here.
Speaking of, Adam,
Yeah.
you ready for Rockfest in Cadett, Wisconsin?
It would be if I was still up in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. You're not in Wisconsin anymore.
Yeah.
Chris could pick you up on the way.
Huh?
I said Chris could pick him up on the way.
Possibly. We are trying to have a small presence there.
Okay.
Royce thinks TJ is cheating on him.
Uh-oh.
Roy can think what he wants to think.
He probably is. He says you haven't been very satisfying lately.
That's why he's got his dog and a jar of peanut butter.
It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Where you at? Where you at? Now there you go. There you go.
Let's see. There was one he called. I was on the bike. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to answer while I'm on the bike. Not.
I would, just so we can hear you go. Brum, brum.
My phone goes in the saddlebag, and I ignore it when I'm out.
I'm trying to, Roy. Jim has put in for media. I do know 5 of the bands that are going to be performing. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm friends with 5 of the bands that are performing. I know 6 of the bands that are performing. One of the bands, I think their guitarist should have his ass whipped by a bunch of fucking armies guys, veterans.
For what?
So 2 years ago, not quite. Well, it might have been about 2 years ago. I don't remember. It was either a year ago or 2 years ago. Someone sent me a song, and they said, what was my opinion on this song? And I said, well, compared to the stuff that this band has put out so far, this one kind of sucks. The guitar work is sloppy and just all over the place, and it's not matching up. The vocals are off key. That person went onto social media and just went on a rampage about fuck Chronic Chris and fuck Slider, and I don't give a fuck that he's a veteran, and fuck Asgard and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, all I was doing was giving some constructive criticism like I was asked to do, so I did.
Right.
It's not my fault that you're a crying little And so many people have praised your music that no one wants to point out the fact that it kind of sucks.
I mean, it's an opportunity to make your music better, not
Yeah.
whine, bitch, and moan like a little bitch. I mean, and then to drag in your veteran status in with it. What was the point of that?
I have a copy of the video somewhere. He just kind of threw a fit and went on a rampage, and I was just sitting back like, wow, dude.
Yeah, he sounds like a douche nozzle.
By the way, I just passed Amity Road.
Hey, didn't they have some kind of horror there?
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
I don't know if it goes into Amityville or not. But
so yeah, I'm really kind of excited for that. If I do get to go, Killicoy, Gabriel and the Apocalypse. We've actually hit up Lindy to see if she needed any help with road crew or anything at all that we could do for her. Shit, I had the whole fucking. Oh, duh, right here. Yeah, Shine Down. I love Shine Down. The Who.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
The Who, the Mongolian guys, Chevelle, Liliac. I interviewed them like 2 years ago. Saul, Beartooth, Parkway Drive, Atreyu, 30 Seconds to Mars, 311, Kill Switch Engage, Aaron
Damn.
Jones.
Fuck yeah.
And then the early bird bonus bash is Vince Neil, Quiet Riot, Burning Witches, Psycho Stick. But
hell yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how Psycho Stick's going to be doing it, because this is when is it? It's in July, and Matty Moose's last show is in March.
Maybe they're holding the spot just in case they find a replacement.
Well, or
they already got one.
They already got someone in mind and haven't released the info yet.
That's very true.
Not even to their friend Chronic Chris?
Well,
you might want to call them on that.
Yeah. They may give you the info on the download, though.
Well, they've asked that, people, they've respectfully asked that people not bother them about it on social media, so I'm not going to.
I did see that in the announcement that you put up, and I'm sorry we didn't get to it last week.
Oh, it's all good, because Rob Zombie is also parting ways with his bass player.
Really?
Yes. So if there's any bass slappers out there tuning in tonight, get your demos in. Yeah, third weekend in July would be Rockfest.
Well, there you go. That's where you pick up Adam on the way. Because he's in Taylorville.
Yeah, that show would be amazing to go to.
Fuck yeah. My only issue is
I will not give you ass. Okay. I might be able to help you with grass or gas, but I'm not giving you ass.
The people who put on the show are kind of a little bit arrogant about it, I guess you could say, with that I'm a little bit better than you attitude.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no.
Like, I'm Chevy Chase and you're not.
Oh.
John Candy was still funnier than Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
All of them were. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think Chevy was that funny until Clark Griswold.
Of course, the funniest one of that whole group still got to be Bill Murray. And Bill Murray is a Cub fan.
I'm going to put Bill Murray at a close second to John Belushi.
Okay, yeah, I got to give you that.
Yeah, I think there can be arguments there. There's not a definitive first.
I
But I know Chevy Chase isn't first. That I'm definitely sure of.
I mean, John Belushi's been often imitated, never duplicated.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen the trailer now for the new Ghostbusters?
I've seen ads on it. I have not seen the new trailer yet, but I know they're bringing back all of the originals except for Spangler.
Yeah, except for Harold Ramis because he's dead.
Yeah, but Bill
Now,
Murray,
which is
Ernie
what
Hudson,
Dan
Andy
Aykroyd.
Potts, Dan Aykroyd, they're all coming back. I seen that.
Which is what they did for the last one, for Afterlife.
Now,
Only this is even better because they finally unhooked the handcuffs off of Bill Murray, and there is one line in this trailer that proves it.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
He looks up and he goes, "Tall, dark, and horny at 12 o'clock." I'm like, oh, it's the real Bill Murray. Annie Potts even brought back one of her famous lines. Ghostbusters, what do you want?
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
Now,
dude, this is going to be great.
Now, people, did you know that you can contact Bill Murray?
He may not contact you back.
He may not contact you back. That is correct. But you can try to contact Bill Murray. He actually has an 800 number.
Really?
Yes. And shit, I know it's on the internet somewhere. But you call the 800 number, you can leave a message, and he checks his messages periodically. You never know when, and he may or may not hit you up back.
I just passed Horny Toad Harley Davidson.
Sweet.
Too bad they're not open today. I'd stop in and get a shirt.
Get two. Grab one for me.
Oh, man. So we had two students this week that did hit a curb when they were doing their road test, and we had two that passed everything first shot out.
Say that again.
I said out of the four students we had tests this weekend, two of them hit a curb on the road test. They got through everything else. And the other two passed everything first shot.
Okay, well, good for the two who got everything on the first shot. Guy who hit the curb. Well,
the other two, the thing is they got through their pre-trip, they got through their yard. They do not have to go back and do those. All they've got to do is the road test. So go out there and don't hit a fucking curb, dipshit.
Yeah.
Wait, do you guys do the jackknife test?
No.
Why not? That's the fun one.
This is the basics. The very basics.
So basically, if you recognize a driver in a semi that possibly took TJ's class, steer fucking clear of them.
Hey, like I said, I tell all of them, I'm like, you are trying to go from student to trainee. As trainee, they should learn the jackknife test.
Yes.
Not student.
No, I took the CDL course in 2000 and we had to do the jackknife test. No, 99. Yeah, because I actually was scheduled to get the CDL certificate on my 18th birthday. But
Well, that's funny because when I took the CDL course in 2013, I did not have to do it until I went on and became a trainee.
well, I don't know where you took it, but up in Iowa, yeah, you went through everything in the course.
We don't have time for that.
Like we actually, our road trip was a trip from Dubuque, Iowa to Chicago to swap out trailers and then back to Dubuque. One student drove up to Chicago in the truck and we swapped out the trailer and I drove back from Chicago in the truck.
That sounds like the George Ryan plan.
No, it was an Iowa course. The class was out of Dubuque, Iowa.
I have 3 months where they can show up for 3 hours at a time or they can show up all day. But I have 3 months to get them in, get them trained, and get them to pass the skills exam.
Oh, we were required to be in class for at least 4 hours a day it was 3 months.
I'm lucky if I get them that much. Now, don't get me wrong. I have some that come in. I have some that come in and they do multiple classes, and they're there 8-9 hours a day. And they're usually ready to test in 2 to 3 weeks.
But like I said, this was going over everything. And so by the time you finished this course, you did not need any training from any company except for if there was something they did different than you were shown in this class.
I mean, we're not even allowed to teach them to float their gears.
Oh, you guys suck. Well, you're in automatic transmissions, though, anyways, aren't you?
No, we're training manuals.
You're in the double clutch?
Yep.
Okay. Fuck that. Come on.
Federally, I cannot.
If you're not on a downhill grade.
Chris, you're not understanding me.
I know.
I have federal regulations that limit what I can teach. If I violate those regulations, they take my license and shit can my career.
Well, there's another thing that the government took and totally fucked it all up.
We don't do 90-degree alley dock. We don't do 45-degree alley dock. They got to learn a parallel. I've done a parallel park 3 times in my entire career.
Really? You don't fucking dock the trailer?
No, they don't. Not in this class.
What do you teach them?
I teach them how to parallel a truck. I'm like, really? This is the dumbest thing I have to teach.
Something that they're probably never going to use in the semi.
but yet it's required by the federal DOT.
Yay,
know what you do?
government.
You know what you do? You tell them you're teaching them how to parallel park, but you set up 2 orange cones and make them parallel park up to the orange cones like they're pulling up to a dock.
I do. I do that. But yeah, I mean, I have to follow the federal DOT regulations on what they get trained in that class. It's
Well, I guess
and
it
I'm
just
going,
varies
this is
from,
not shit that
I guess it just varies from state to state or whatever, because working at the truck stop, some of the dumbest drivers I met came out of Texas and couldn't speak English.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you guys a little something more off the air, but my God, I'm telling you, right now I'm kind of disillusioned. Like, really?
Like an electric piano, Roy?
Unfortunately, I can't read it right now because I'm driving.
It says, hey, what can you install to turn down a piano? It's not hooked to the Mackie soundboard. So I was told, isn't there a online converter shot that could be put in?
Oh, shit, I don't know.
I mean, if you got like an electric piano,
Saying he can't turn it down at the piano
oh, what's it called?
to the output.
AIOY. Inline.
I mean, it's just like these guys that, now that we've got coming into this class, they're like, what? It's just a motorcycle.
There's no such thing as just a motorcycle. Because I'm sorry, if you're someone that's true to your bike is custom to you, the way you ride, and your possibly more than likely your personality as well. Piano is already turned down. Okay, hold on.
The only thing I can think of is if he's got it running into a channel to pop that channel down.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or
Yeah.
check the input volume on your computer.
Yeah. I mean, you already said the output volume's down, so from the piano itself.
Yeah, there was one program I was using for a little bit, but I wasn't happy with it for what I was doing. It might work for what you're doing. It's called AOIO, audio interface. Hello, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
But yeah, I mean, that's just where I'm at. I was like, that's the only thing I can think of.
So that being said, while we're on some musical subjects, dude, I'll tell everyone I am so excited. We're having the show at the Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood, Illinois on Saturday, April 13th. I'm going to be hanging out there all day, meeting and greeting everyone and whatnot. Slider's going to be there as well. We have Old Fat Bastard and the Dirty Sphincters. And let me get my.
Sounds like they need some toilet paper.
Huh?
It sounds like they need some toilet paper.
Maybe a little anal bleaching. I don't know. We'll investigate more while we're there.
You can investigate. I'm out of that one.
So at about 4:00, they're gonna go on stage, and then at 5:00 during the dinner hour, we're gonna have Pit Lord. So we're gonna try to have some kind of smoked brisket or barbecue going around for dinner. I can't guarantee that. It's Uncle Freak's venue, so I mean, order off the menu. And then at 6:00, we're having Jezebel's burlesque show, and it is amazing. She goes out and she does flamethrowing and sits on glass, and her and yours truly, Chronic Chris, there's a possibility we're going to go around with staplers, and whatever you staple to Chronic Chris will be a donation to what we're doing this night. 6:30 we got Prison City Brigade. 7:30 the Almas. In between Prison City and the Almas, we're doing a 50-50, and we have several raffle items, including a bottle of Motorhead whiskey, a bottle of blackened whiskey, plus the first 4 albums from Metallica go with the bottle of blackened, a bottle of Def Leppard gin, and a bottle of Kiss rum. Plus, we're giving away a few $100s in different gift certificates for Morris and that area tattoo parlors. Purple Monkey Tattoo and High Street Tattoo in Morris so far have donated gift cards and accessories for your tattoos and piercings.
There you go.
Yeah. Then the Almas at 7:30 or 6:30, Prison City Brigade. The Almas at 7:30. 8:30, Jezebel's going to come out and do another round of her burlesque show, kind of a little intermission. 9:45 to 10 is Heartsick, and then 10:30 to 11. Everyone who played, everyone that put forth to the event, we're all going to come out. And you ever watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yes.
We're all going to come out and do a big old round of You Are My Sunshine.
I feel sorry for whoever gets that Motorhead whiskey and then they try to eat some pickled eggs to go with it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, my God, that's going to knock somebody down.
But yeah, it's going to be a big, huge blast, and it's all to raise money for the nonprofit organization me and Jim are starting called Keep Bands on the Road for Hardwood Entertainment. And basically is what we do is your independent bands like Prison City Brigade, the Almas, Pit Lord, that don't have a label behind them, that are out touring on their own money. They have unforeseen shit go down on the road. A tire goes flat, an alternator goes out, something happens and some gear gets damaged or whatnot. Whatever your insurance company don't cover, we want to do our best to reimburse you and help keep you on the road as part of the whole Asgard Connect program.
So on another note, that girl I would have hit on, but she's driving a Prius.
It's not a Jetta?
Nope, not a Jetta.
So, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the South Chicagoland on April 13th, feel free to stop by and, support independent music, support local artists.
Let's say, Chris, are there
Well, they're the
flyers
future of
for
the
these
industry.
upcoming shows?
We are gonna get flyers made up very soon here.
Like maybe post some to the Mayhem page, or if that's okay
Uh,
with TJ, of course.
I'm fine with that.
because we're gonna get flyers made up, and we're gonna have it posted to the Mayhem page, to the Asgard page, all of my pages.
Yeah, let's give
yeah,
this a nice healthy push.
Hell yeah, try to flood social media with it.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's even bands over in Europe that actually want to tour the United States that, just can't do it completely financially. We would love to help get some of them over here.
Well, I mean, there's one guy you really don't want to say there, or there's one guy you really don't want to see there, and I'm not going to say his name, but it rhymes with Slow Bentley.
See where?
At that show. Or Gore Bentley. Is that better, Adam?
Gore Bentley.
The name is also a number.
Oh, yeah.
At the Asgard show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't have no idea who you're talking about.
I don't think this person strays that far from their area.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything to worry about.
And that individual's broke.
Yeah.
He'd want to get in for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's $10 at the door. But for $10, you get 5 bands, 2 rounds of a burlesque show. So, and all the door money, it's all going, everything we do is going back into keeping bands on the road.
Well, yeah, and I think that's a good thing because, again, the independents, the locals, if they do get signed, they are the future of the industry. And you come across music that will blow your mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Prison City Brigade and the Almas, both of them, badass bands. And the only reason they're not on labels is because they don't want to change what they already have. They don't want the label telling them, well, you got to do this instead of the way you're doing it already.
Right.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus. I should not have let that fart go. Oh! Now I'm locked in a car with my own fart.
Roll the window down.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I don't know if I want to light a cigarette, though. That smelled like a lot of methane. Good God. Oh.
Can't be no worse. Can't be no worse than the shit my cat took earlier.
Dude, my eyes are watering.
Can't be any worse than what my infant did a few hours ago.
Even the dog was like, dude, what the fuck? And walked out of the room. And normally the dog would be all up in the box trying to eat the shit.
Wait, so you've got a turd recycler for a dog?
Pretty much. I have 3 cat boxes. 2 are up, like out of the dog's reach, but there's no room for the third one. So there's one that's on the floor. And I go to clean them the other day, and the one that's on the floor, it's basically already cleaned out.
Then you go outside, you're like, what the fuck, dog? Stop eating shit.
Catherine said, how's everyone doing? I am gearing up for concert season. It is going to be fucking awesome. We got Rockfest in Cadett, Wisconsin. I got my show I'm doing on April in Illinois, Top Fuel Saloon in Braidwood, and then Full Terror Assault in October. That's the 3 I've got guaranteed on the books so far.
Dude, I'm so excited for rally season this year. I'm actually considering seeing if I can take the time off to ride up to Sturgis.
No. You got to go to Hog Rock. Because the difference between Sturgis and Hog Rock's on private property.
Well, I know I'm going to, this year I'm planning on doing the Lone Star Rally.
My wife lets me go to Hog Rock for Full Terror Assault, but she won't let me go for one of the rallies.
Well, I wonder why.
Like half the people just walk around naked.
And you would try to.
I don't know. I'd have to be really fucking drunk. And I don't think even then. No, I'd feel embarrassed walking around there like that.
So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good tonight compared to how I've felt for the last week and a half.
Yeah, you and I talked a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and hearing about these shows that Chris is setting up, that's got me really excited. I'd love to go to at least one of them.
Let me guess, you're going to try to walk around naked?
No.
Oh.
And I can't say that, I'd have to be really drunk, being that I don't drink. So, I would like to remember everything that happens that night.
Shit, now he's trying to.
Well, that's no fun.
But TJ, I don't know any different. I've actually never been drunk or high in my life.
What?
Yeah.
Never been drunk once?
No.
What?
I've had like a few shots of whiskey at most. But it wasn't like on an empty belly or anything like that.
I had a few shots today.
A few shots before class or after. Or
a
both.
few shots after my student was done testing and before I got on this fucking devil ride to Waco.
But yeah, overall, I'm feeling all right. A lot better than what I have over the last, like I said, week and a half.
Little Joe Cocker feeling all right. Another reason John Belushi's the fucking greatest. They told Joe Cocker that John Belushi was mimicking him in one of his parody skits, and Joe Cocker was like, cool, and then got up and did it with him on Saturday Night Live.
Nice. Oh, man, dude,
How's
I'm telling
everyone
you.
out there in the Peanut Gallery comic section doing tonight? I hope everyone's feeling as good as I am.
If everyone let us know in the chat
Adam,
how you're feeling tonight.
Unlike Adam, I don't get naturally high. I've been drunk and stoned many, many times in my life.
So listen, I have nothing against people doing it. It's just not my bag. So,
It's not your bag, baby.
Yep. So it means if you go and get something for you to drink, you don't have to worry about me drinking it. Because that's how it goes.
And see, here's the thing, though, is like, sometimes I have just one drink and I get a slight buzz, but I don't get drunk and I can still get up and walk in a straight line and carry myself to bed. And then there's sometimes I have that one drink and it goes down so good. I have a second one. And then after the second one, I just kind of lose count of how many I had. Oh,
I am
think there
not
was
looking
one
forward
night.
to this up here.
There was one night on the old show I got drunk and passed out on air. Even made my bed right there on the floor in front of the camera in the studio.
Yes, you did.
And this is the
Hell,
radio
there's a couple of nights
excellence that I am working toward.
There was a couple of nights that you had broadcast from your van.
Oh yeah, we were sitting out in the van because we couldn't smoke in the apartment.
You
Dude,
kept saying it's cold as balls out here. I'm like, well, I'm nice and warm. I don't understand, you know.
I'll tell you what. Remember, Ian, that worked at the gas station with me. The young kid that played bass that ended up moving off to Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and him. What's up, Doug? Hold on
What's
a
up,
second.
man?
Me and him were actually sitting out in the van one night before he was getting ready to move. And we were sitting there bullshitting, smoking one. And all of a sudden, some dude came up and he's like, hey, man, I just smelled you. And here, fucking tossed me a nug. He's like, if you ever need, I got it. I'm like, I'm good, dude. But I mean, I'll take this. And rolled up the window. And Ian's like, dude, that was fucking weird. I was like, it kind of was. Do you want this weed? I don't think I
It's
want
angel dust, Holmes.
it. Oh, wow. Doug's here. We are representing 4 states now. Don't no one want to see that, Doug?
Does anybody want
Did
to
you
say?
say horror states?
Well,
Four.
yeah. I mean,
DJ.
we got
Four.
Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and Texas.
Indiana's the only one that matters.
Oh, no. Kentucky's pretty
I don't
fucking
know.
cool.
My first ex was from Indiana. No.
Your personal issues do not affect Indiana.
It's like my
You know,
first
for the
ex
most part,
was from Sullivan, Indiana.
I've always had a good time in Indiana, so I really can't complain.
What was his name?
Well, the first time I was ever in Indiana was with my first wife.
I don't know if I'd count that as a good time.
Well, it was a good time for a moment because we were there as carnies, and then one day the guy who owned the carnival one day decided just to get mad and come up and hit me, and I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I can see you having that impression on people.
Well, I was also like 19
Chris?
or 20 at the
No.
time. So I kind of was an asshole at the time.
I think he still has
Kinda.
that impression on people.
Well, I'm still an asshole. I'm just a lot nicer about it nowadays.
Know your strengths.
Exactly.
I should be getting ready for work, but I called in and played hooky.
And then the last time I was in Indiana,
Was visiting me, and we had a good time.
we did. We went up to that arcade, and I kicked your ass on the go-karts.
Once.
I think it was a couple of times.
Well, the one time was only because you checked me into the fucking wall right at the start, and my go-kart was slower than all the other ones.
Fuck yeah, Robin's racing, man. Fucking Earnhardt.
Well, that makes me wonder what would have happened if Slider was racing with you.
I even told the one guy too, watch out, buddy. I'm about to get all Richard Petty on your ass before I knocked him into the fucking wall.
Yeah, the fucking go-karts aren't even, though. Some of them are faster than others.
Yeah, they were the electric go-karts.
Oh, boo.
Well,
I want the ones
was
that
an
can still
indoor
get you
track,
high
and
while
it's
you're
really cool
racing.
'cause it was a shopping mall that must have didn't have enough business, so they put a giant arcade and indoor go-kart track and all kinds of
Laser
3D
tag.
and 4D games and
Laser tag.
laser tag. Yeah,
Bowling.
Fucking-
But you got to pay extra for bowling.
Yeah, that sucked. I fucking love bowling. But it was almost like fucking going to the arcade at Universal Studios.
Oh man,
That
fine
3D zombie
play.
game, that was pretty intense.
I feel like I have way too little hair for this conversation.
Throw it out over there.
Hey, they told me to get a haircut, but I said, dude, I can't. Rock and roll is more than a music. It's a lifestyle, man. My brother that used to always tell
Yeah,
me to
I still
fucking
feel like I'm the only one that rides though.
my brother that used to always tell me to get a haircut and fucking maybe I'll get a good decent job. Now I got the best job out of all my brothers together.
You don't have a
Get
better
a
one
job
than
you enjoy, I think.
me.
Well, they're all self-employed and will never retire with their companies. Me, I got a fucking decent pay. I make decent money and I got a 401k retirement, health insurance, dental, life insurance.
You're in Kentucky. They don't have
STD
dental insurance.
insurance.
They have tooth insurance.
Well,
Tooth singular insurance.
Right.
hey, that's why I done told them I know the toothbrush was invented in the South. If it was invented up north, it'd be called the teeth brush. Even with
You know
four
what, man? If nothing else, I've got to give this company credit for this. Every campus we've got is close to a Harley dealer.
Right
Harleys
on.
are overrated.
Shut up,
Excuse
dog.
me?
That Harleys are overrated.
Well, everyone is entitled to a shitty opinion.
You ain't building your own, it ain't worth nothing.
Mine runs great.
Is that with you running alongside of it?
Well, that also depends on the year and, but I just really want to say when you think your job is pointless, just remember that there's a guy out there whose sole purpose is to make stock Harley exhaust.
That's true. And that has got to be the single most pointless job on the planet.
Because, I'm sorry, what's the first thing a guy does when he gets a Harley?
Replaces
Chuck the exhaust.
Changes the exhaust. And then he does other modifications from there.
Oh, I'm working on it. I've already got my Vance and Hines on mine.
Well, so what's the point of buying a Harley if the first thing you're going to do is customize the living shit out of it? Just start with a custom bike and make your own from scratch.
That's pretty much what I want to do. I want to get a soft tail, but I want to turn it into a night train. So I'm going down the road, you think I'm on a night train, but when I stop and you look closer upon inspection, you realize it's a soft tail.
My grandpa had a soft tail.
I did. I loved it. I'm sorry. As much as I love Harleys and stuff, there ain't a Harley that'll ever beat the ride I took on a KZ 750.
How fast were you?
I was doing probably 90. It didn't even feel like it, and it was just so smooth.
Yeah, as long as the road that you were going down didn't have like intersections and stuff. then yeah, by all means, open that bitch up.
Hell yeah. Can't help it.
Remember, if you're gonna legal dumb shit, take the plate.
Huh?
If you're gonna do a bunch of illegal dumb shit, take the plates off and run.
Well, there was one day Tyler got stopped. He was riding one of my mini bikes around Dwight, and he came home and he was pushing the bike, and I'm like, "What happened, dude? Why are you pushing it?" Oh, the cops stopped me and told me I couldn't ride it in town. I said, "Well, why the fuck do you let them catch you, dude? You're on a fucking bike." Well, what was I supposed to do? Cut in between a
Speed
couple of
up.
houses, zigzag down, fucking dump the bike somewhere, walk and pick it up later. Fucking kids.
Yeah, anymore, I'd probably just stop though. I don't need any more trouble than I already got.
What the fuck's TJ doing? Why is he all muted?
I don't know. And now he's gone.
Oh, now he left us.
Yeah.
All right, now we can talk shit behind his back.
Somehow we're still alive.
Bear with me a minute.
Oh wait, he's back.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Still
I'm
muted.
checking
There you
into
go.
my hotel. Bear with me a second.
I
Oh.
figured that's what you were probably doing.
Wants us to be accommodating and stuff. No.
So I was going through a list the other day. Can anyone out there tell me who the oldest musician in the world still writing, recording, and playing music is today?
I'm gonna have to go with a common name like Dylan and say Bob Dylan.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
Willie Nelson.
Ding, 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 ding. Where's the bell, TJ? That's why I need a fucking bell. Willie Nelson, at 90 years old, is the oldest musician in the world still writing, recording, or playing music on a regular basis.
Well, good for him.
I
Yep.
thought that was pretty fucking awesome. He may play country music, but he's a fucking rock star in my book.
You just want to smoke weed with him.
He don't smoke anymore.
That doesn't stop you from wanting to smoke weed with him.
No, he got the COPD. I mean, I'd sit down and eat a batch of brownies with him.
There you go. Have a conversation over some gummies or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, Snoop said the only person to outsmoke him was Willie Nelson. And I think I could outsmoke Snoop because I know how Willie did it. And Willie does the same thing I do. He switches it up. He switches it up. Snoop smokes blunts all day long. He has a guy on the payroll that his job title is blunt roller.
Yep. I want that job.
Snoop got smoked out by Willie Nelson because they sat down and they started playing dominoes and they smoked a blunt. And then afterwards, Willie pulled out a joint, and then he pulled out a bowl, and then he pulled out a vaporizer, and he kept switching it up, pulling out something different. And then Snoop was like, "Hold on, we got to take a break. Let me play some dominoes for a minute, dude." So switch it up. Oh, come on, TJ. Why'd we lose you again?
Something about getting his hotel room ready. I don't know what he's planning on doing in the
I
hotel
know he said he was
room.
checking into the hotel, but
Ordering hookers.
well,
It's like I didn't get an invite to this hotel. That would have been creepy though if I would have. But I mean,
He could have at least offered.
I know. Chris, did you get an invite to the hotel room?
I didn't get an invite. No.
What?
Not that I matter, but I didn't get an
Well,
invite either.
And personally, I don't think I'd want to stay at a hotel in Texas. You know, you never know what's going to go down.
Yeah, especially near Waco, I guess.
Well, it's like they say, there ain't nothing but steers and queers in Texas, and I ain't seen a cow there in a long time.
Yeah, right? I ain't seen no longhorns in a minute. Well, maybe a bunch of dudes on a football field.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear though, some of the fucking weirdest people I've ever met in my life were from Texas. We were driving through and I saw a sign that said, put your name on a Volkswagen bus or a Volkswagen Beetle. And I was like, cool. So we went and did that. And there was some weird, the fucking hills have eyes dude, like sitting there running the place. And I was like really, really creeped out. So I ran up, fucking threw my name on a fucking bug with a can of spray paint, fucking ran back to the car. And my girlfriend was like, thank you for hurrying up. Cause like he's starting coming towards the car. But when he saw you, he went back to doing whatever the fuck he's doing over there. I'm like, oh shit. Well, let's get the fuck out of here.
What the hell, man? You always wind up with stories like this.
Like fucking find out fucking later on the fucking brakes are out on the car and we got to stop in the hills have eyes.
Dude, it kind of makes me happy that you didn't.
Wait, not having brakes is not.
It kind of makes me happy that you did not. Kind of makes me happy you did not bang the Jetta girl, because knowing your luck, the way you keep everything that happens to you, it would have wound up like something out of Species or something.
Well, funny thing, Doug, is this was somewhere in the middle of Texas, and the brakes on the car actually went out in Arizona. But I was like, fuck it, we're going down the interstate back to Illinois. I don't really fucking need brakes. So fucking, I mean, when it was time to actually pull over and stop somewhere, fucking, I'd actually let off the gas about a mile before the fucking exit ramp. When I got to the exit ramp, I'd put it in neutral and then just fucking kind of e-brake it on up the exit ramp. My wife gets nervous when something happens on the car nowadays. I'm like, shut up. I drove halfway across America with no fucking brakes and made it.
Yeah, so what are you going to do when you lose a wheel bearing on the way to work?
Three-wheel it?
Dude, no. This was way back in the day, and this was going from, we took the car from Illinois out to Arizona, over to Los Angeles, up the coastal highway to the Washington state border, back down to Los Angeles, back to Arizona, up to Nevada, New Mexico, Amarillo, Texas. And by the time we blew up in Elk City, Oklahoma, we had no brakes, a wheel bearing pretty much roasted, blown fucking engine, fried heat radiator, no heater core whatsoever.
The Chronicles of Chronic Chris.
But I made it halfway across America like that.
Dude, like I said, the way it is, man, I'm just happy you never did bang the Jetta girl. It would have wound up like Species or Alien or something, you know?
I'll tell you what, I'm glad I didn't either, because I'm in a pretty good spot today.
I just want you all to know today is the oldest I have ever been.
Hey, same
Well,
here,
Till
at least,
man.
at
tomorrow.
least until tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, then tomorrow
And
will be the oldest I'll have ever been.
Yep.
and I ask that people not tell me to act my age, because I've never been this old before, so I don't know how to act my age.
I totally agree.
So the company did like usual. I've got a king size suite.
Hell yeah.
You ain't got the penthouse suite?
Huh?
You ain't got the penthouse suite?
Well, no.
Oh, I mean, they got everything here, man. It's nuts.
I was going to say, the real question is, what amenities does they have?
Did-
What hotel
did-
is it?
Well, did the company give you some associates to hang out with?
Well, I'm sure they gave them some kind of per diem for that matter.
65 a day.
All right, on.
That's not enough to buy hookers.
That's enough for a hooker.
Yeah, but they won't reimburse the hooker. Damn it.
That's why it got to come
And it's
out of your per
Waco. I
diem.
mean,
Bye.
Oh, now where the fuck did he go?
See you, TJ.
Later.
3, 2,
Apparently, the
1.
story
Welcome
was
back.
too incriminating.
Well,
for
and
him.
don't they, I mean, like when they send us on the road, they estimate how many days we're going to be there and then give us our per diem for that amount of time before we even leave the shop to go on the road.
Now just remember that per diem is not for dinosaur fuel.
Well, I probably should say this, but there is one guy that actually, he doesn't go on the road anymore, but he would spend his whole entire per diem. He would drink it up on the way to the job site.
wasn't me.
No, I was just saying, how that
I
the
should
hooker's
have.
got to come out of your per diem because it's not reimbursable. So, your per diem, they would estimate for us how many days we're going to be gone before we go, and then give us the whole entire per diem for that period of time before we even left the shop.
No, I got an itemizer, like no alcohol. Like, well, you
See,
suck,
No, they give us our check and for our per diem, and I'd go to the grocery store, get 2 loaves of bread, a giant fucking jumbo-sized jar of peanut butter, jumbo-sized jar of jelly, and fucking I'm set for 2 weeks on the road.
I don't know what I'm going to do for dinner yet.
Steak.
I know here in a little bit I'm going to call it for the night, and I'm going to go check out this hotel and see what all I got.
We go out to one spot on the road, and before work and when I'm at work, I'm focused on my job and I'm paying attention. But after work, I like to have a really good time. So we finish up, we get back to the hotel, and I run upstairs and I shower real quick, and then I go downstairs and I smoke one behind the hotel, and then I go out front because we're all going to meet up for dinner. Well, and out of everyone there, I was always down in the morning to meet in the lobby. I was the first one down there. After work, get showered and go at the hotel and meet back down for dinner. I was the first one down there. But the one kid comes down, and he's like, "Damn, someone's smoking some weed." And I looked down, I said, "Who? Where? What are you talking about?" He's like, "You don't smell that." And I says, "Nope." And I would hope to be safe to assume that you don't either. He just kind of looked at me and, "Seriously, dude?" I said, "Hey, wasn't before or during work, so leave me the fuck alone."
What I
there you
do in
go.
my off time is my own damn business.
So what hotel did they put you
Well,
up
on
at,
that
TJ?
note, I'm at a Quality here, and then I'll be at like a Spring Hills or a Residence when I'm down in San Antonio.
Oh,
Okay.
no Best Western.
Nope. It's either Choice Privileges or Marriott.
See, that's the other thing about the guy I work for and I love about the company is when we go on the road, we get to pick which hotel we stay at. We look on Google Maps and like, hey, we want to stay here, Best Western, Holiday Inn.
It's either a Choice Privileges or a Marriott.
Marriott's not bad.
No, a Choice isn't too bad either.
I prefer to stay at Best Western because when I go out for company, if I'm the only one in the group that has rewards, I get everybody's rewards points for that room onto my account. And then when I go on trips with my wife, I use my Best Western rewards points.
They like the Holiday Inn Express. There's
See
one here
what
in
this
Crawford.
is? This is called cheating.
I got,
One-
as far as cheating, like I said, when I started transferring down here, I was coming down here. I was staying in a hotel room because I didn't have a house yet. And somehow, when I went in and checked in the first time, I got locked into like $60 a night or some shit, dirt fucking cheap. And so every time I'd go back, I'd go to book a room because I'd be down here for 4 days, and then I was off for 4. I was going back to Illinois. I'd go back in, I'd go to book a room, and it'd be like, oh, it's like 100 something or whatever a night. And it's like, that's not what I paid last time. They'd look it up in the system. Oh, no, you didn't. And they'd fucking credit me the rate I had before.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
That was the only reason I was able to afford it until I finally got a house.
Hey, and you know what? The first trip I took for the place I work for netted me 1,000,000 Best Western rewards points.
Awesome.
It was 6 rooms for 15 days.
Now, what will 1,000,000 rewards points get you?
I've made a few different trips and I think I've only actually paid for a room once and it was heavily discounted and it barely dented my rewards.
Nice.
Well, guys, let's start making the way around. What do you guys have for final thoughts tonight? We'll start with Adam.
All right. I'm sure there's something that's going to be echoed through the other final thoughts, but support local arts, music, what have you. There are 2 shows coming up that Chris is bringing. Hit those up. One's in Northern Illinois, one's in Wisconsin. They both sound really good. Keep yourself healthy. Because being sick or ill really fucking sucks.
Dave?
Doug.
Oh,
Doug.
why do I?
I'm tired.
Dave's not here.
Dave's not here,
Oh, that's right.
man.
No, man, it's me, Dad.
Somebody get me Wesley Pipes.
Hey, when you
final
can't think, just think of your best friend Doug. You're gonna give him a best friend hug.
Nope, I've been taken out by
No.
crystal meth weed. Final thoughts. Fly high and avoid the ground fire.
I'd say that's pretty quick and to the point. All right, Chris, you're up.
Fuck yeah, Adam took the words right out of my mouth, man. Support live music, support independent music. 3rd weekend in July, I'm trying to be at Rockfest in Cadott, Wisconsin. Not guaranteed, not set in the books, but I'm trying to be there. The show is happening. I am going to be at the Top Fuel Saloon on April 13th. It's going to be a fucking blast. With that, man, fucking be kind, be humble, fucking live long and prosper, motherfuckers.
And there you have it, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show tonight. I'm TJ with Chronic Chris, with Doug, and with Adam. And whatever you do, remember this. After you wipe your ass, that is not the time to lick your hand. This has been Mayhems Amigos. We'll see you next week. Good night.